Well, hi, good morning. It has been a while since I've vlogged anything. It's been like probably a week and a half actually. I'll update you a little bit about what's going on. Right now it's like Wednesday morning. I have a half day training this morning, so I'm at school waiting for my team teacher to come and we'll carpool over to where the training is. But I had a week in Disney. It was a very exciting week in Disney World. It was the best vacation ever, partially because we got engaged, which was exciting. So that's big. So now we're engaged, and it was like it made the whole trip just so magical. It happened the first night we were there, so that was awesome. And I've been back since Sunday, so I've just been back a few days, and a lot has been going on. Our district hasn't settled an agreement or anything for our pay, and there's a chance we might strike if we haven't settled on anything by next Tuesday, so only a few days left. I had all day training on Tuesday. There's another new first grade teacher on the team, so she has had a lot of questions, and we've really been walking her through like our first days and math lessons and things like that just to help her feel a little more comfortable. So I've been really busy talking with the team a lot lately, which is good. What else has been going on? I had an all-day training at our school meeting yesterday, and I didn't vlog anything because it was 8 to 3:30. Really, we spent a lot of time talking about like restorative justice. We're going to a brand new school next year, and it's a much bigger school, so we spent a lot of time talking about that, talking about some of like our discipline systems. Like the whole district has agreed like no kid can, like we're not going to keep any kid in from recess for anything like unfinished work or behavior or anything like that. So we're like talking about what's our plan exactly. I think we're doing like a walking track if we still feel like that's necessary. So first thing at recess, if they haven't, I guess, followed expectations, is that they have to walk so many laps, 2 or 3 around the track outside, and a recess duty hole punch them. Yeah, so that was a good meeting, but it was like all day, so and then like when I came back to my classroom at 3:30, it was like, okay, I thought I left ready for open house, which is tomorrow, and it's like, I don't think I'm ready. So I just was like quickly trying to do more things. I'll show you a little bit about that, and I'll vlog it tomorrow too. This will probably be just the next few days all combined into one video. And now it's like, okay, today's a half day training, and I need to bust my booty to get my first week planned, probably my first 2 weeks planned if we're gonna. My team just walked in. I'll talk to you later. Well, hi everybody. It's already Friday. So I think the last clip was like Wednesday morning before my half day training, and I was waiting for my team teachers to come, and we were going to carpool to a training. So we went to that training. It was a reading training. It's already Friday. It was interesting. I mean, we talked about how we don't do BAS testing. We follow Fountas and Patel BAS testing, and we're getting a new reading curriculum next year. But for our assessment, we assess for BAS in January and in the spring. So we go off of the kindergarten data from last year to make our like beginning of the year groups, and we progress monitor throughout, just to check in with where they're at probably by October. But we kind of had a few good ideas of like making grids with each of the students and like coming up with a focus that they want to work on within accuracy, fluency, or comprehension. I'll show you that. We are having it made, so I probably won't show you in this video, but it was useful. I've been kind of productive. I've made book bags. I've started putting names on everything. My class list is still at 16, which is awesome. I've had a couple people drop and then a couple people get added, so we'll see what happens by next week. As far as bargaining, it sounds like we have reached a tentative agreement, which is awesome, which means we hopefully won't be striking, especially, I think we have a meeting today to like propose the new agreement, so we'll see what that is. That's exciting. And then last night was open house, which was awesome. I had 9 kids come. I'll walk you through a little bit of what I did. My sister came and helped me. So what they do is right outside the classroom by our bulletin board, they come in, and there's like a bus form to fill out like how they're getting home, because that's my biggest concern is how in the world are those kiddos gonna get home on the first day. Let me see if I can find that or if I threw it away. Out on the table, like in the hallway where my sister was sitting last night, there's like a cute, I have a cute little like Mickey theme, or we have a Disney theme this year, so there's a little bit of Disney stuff. I have like a Mickey tablecloth out. I had this little like Mickey cup with pins in it, whatever. Nothing fancy, but the biggest thing I want my sister to get from them is the student name and how are they gonna get home. I have it in English and Spanish, especially with the bus. If they write a bus home, they can either go off the address they had last year, or if it's a new address or they're not sure on the bus number, I send them right down to the secretary to fill out. because that's the hardest thing, I think, in first grade. And then I make these little bus tags that they wear for the first few weeks that just has my name. I'll put their name on it and the bus number, and then maybe the address where they're going to on it as well. That's just to kind of to have, you know, to easily see where the kid is going after school and where they're going after school. And then they came into the classroom and I had their name tags out, which I've already moved. They had all their name tags out. The first thing they needed to do was pick their name up and pick a desk. And I kind of like laid everything out for the parents over here, which honestly kind of worked, kind of didn't. Like I had a family who's Russian and I had a family who only speaks Spanish, and it really wasn't like useful. But it was useful for some, I guess. Especially there was a moment when I had like 5 different families in here. I think for them to reference during that moment was good. But so they filled out the bus information, they got their name tag, they came and picked their desk, and you know, I have my desks by like teams, different color teams. So they picked it based on that, and here's just a desk that's blank. I have this whole team that's blank right now, actually, because I still have 20 desks out. So I'll show you what I had on here. If they were the only family and I like talked to them and met the kid and told the kid to find their name around the room and then talk to the parents a little bit more. So I really wanted them to fill out this, like the best way to reach them. I had this out, which I'd let them go take home. That's just a little bit about me. I think I might have shown you this in another video. Like kind of our routines, like expectations, our schedule, our specialist schedule, homework, how to contact me, things like that. And then I had them fill this out. This was just a quick thing if they wanted to volunteer and if they would be interested in doing a home visit, because that's an area of focus for me this year. And then how to get into Blooms, which is an app free app I use. There's talk of it going to cost money though, but it's just a way to message all of your parents, and it's a way to have parents message you individually, and it's just easy, and it gives you easy documentation, and it's not like lost. So that was all that was on their desk. And then after parents had read some of that and filled it out, and I had pins everywhere, you know, all around. I know I can't say pins right. Then if they had any supplies, which I only had one kid bring supplies, which always makes the first day kind of tough, just because we do community supplies. And then they have to put some in their desk. So, you know, like one of their crayons goes in there, one of their crayons goes in their desk. They pick a cute folder. It's kind of a lot to manage. But they put their supplies in these tubs, and I'll just leave these out for the first day too. And as kids come in, I'll get their supplies out and help them with that. And then after they dropped off their supplies, you know, I had them finding their name in the closet, finding their water bottle. And then I had parents fill out, like, what are your hopes and dreams for your child on these Post-it notes? And you can see I only got 4. I only had 9 families, 2 of which were non-English speaking, so they weren't able to write in Spanish. I was hoping having the writing in Spanish would help, but I did have a mom verbally tell her older daughter in Spanish, like, her hopes and dreams for a child, and then she told them to me, which was nice. I should put those on a Post-it note. But that was just kind of interesting to see, and they said some, you know, oh, there's names on there, but they like, one wanted to be a police officer, one wants her daughter to always be happy and never give up, you know, wants their son to do something fun every day and grow as an individual and be an artist when he grows up and just be proud of herself, and nice. There were nice things to hear. I just wish we had a few more. I would like to use that somehow too at the conferences. We do conferences in October, like our first academic conferences. So I might ask parents that too and stick them in there with those. Or see if they change. But then after that, they just check out the classroom, they meet me, and then they can go downstairs and have food. So it was really successful. It was really good. I got 9 students, which was nice. I wish I'd gotten more. My new team teacher who just started first grade, she got 15 of her 17, or 15 of her 16 came last night, which was super nice. So that was good. And now for today, I have a meeting in just a couple hours. It's already 1 o'clock. I went home. I was so tired. I'm kind of introverted, so I was so tired from talking to everyone. I went home at 9 o'clock. I got home at 9. I went straight to bed and did not wake up until 9 this morning. So I slept for 12 hours last night, which I must have needed it, but that was kind of nuts. Today I'm really working on, I might come in today and Tuesday, but today I'm mostly working on, I have day 1 and day 2 planned. I just need to make sure I have everything prepped. I'd like to plan the 3rd day because we start next Wednesday, so it's a 3-day week. I would like to get that done and kind of clean up a little. And then I would also like, let's think, what else do I really need to do? Let me go look at my to-do list. I wanted to get name tags on, which I just did, which is good. But other than that, I want to finish day 2 and day 3. I did name tags. Now I need to kind of work on putting some of the items in the student desks now that they all have their seats. I also wanted to come up with a carpet seat because I do assigned seating at the carpet. And I want to come up with some new way to record math grades. I want to write out some of the words to the bare necessities and change my All About Me. And I also need to just add, Bloom's update. I couldn't get into it this morning, but I need to update our specialist schedule, changed a little bit, and I need to check which adults are in there and if I can add any more by email. But for student desks, I have some supplies I need to add, and I'll show you those now. We're right over by the window, but I have each kid's book bag, which I just have 5 books, kind of based on their last year's levels. I went like a level or 2 down, depending on the kid. Just so they have something to practice read to self, because we start that day 2. I have their writing notebooks that I need to write their names on and stick in each desk. These are primary lines, which is nice. And their red catch-up folder. I always do a red folder for any of their desk work, just because it's called, I like that it's ketchup, like catch-up work, but also like ketchup and mustard. So I need to put this in their desk. And other than that, I think we'll be good. So I will check in a little bit later. Oops, that was probably crooked. I will check in a little bit later after I have kind of organized their desks a little bit more and maybe show you my day 1 and day 2 plans. Can't believe it's already next week. That's crazy. So I have now put away like everything on their desk. In their desks now they have 2 pencils, their red folder, their book bag, and their green notebook. That's everything I give them. I'm sure on the first day they'll come with their own notebook, their pencil box, crayons, scissors, glue, things like that. But that's like kind of what I provide. And right now I'm working on just some of my first couple day plans. I usually just use like a lesson plan book to plan most of my days, but the first few days I really like try to be really intentional with setting up routines and procedures, so I really type it all out for myself and kind of carry it around those days. So I'm just making it in Word, nothing fancy, but I'm spending a lot of time just typing in what I do and like when I'm going to teach a lot of my routines. I mean, some of the routines just come up naturally, like when pencils break or when we need to go to the bathroom. Those, like, you just stop and teach in that moment. But some of them, like lining up or moving back to the carpet or anything like that, I intentionally stop and teach that. So I do what they call interactive modeling, which is, I believe, from Responsive Classrooms. I think I have a whole book on it. I do. It's right here. I haven't read the whole book, but it's good. And interactive modeling pretty much is just, it's pretty much just being really intentional with showing the behavior you want. So like for like lining up, for example, I will model it and ask the students to like, oh, watch Miss Duarte as she shows us how we want to line up. And I'll be super intentional sitting at one of their desks. I'll stand up, I'll push in their chair, I'll walk, I'll go line up, my voice won't move, my feet will be quiet, my hands will be quiet, things like that. And then having a conversation about what they noticed about that behavior in me. So like, what did you notice Miss Duarte do? Did she run? No. Did she push in her chair? Like pointing out everything. And then having like 3 or 4 or even more students modeling that to the whole class and, really being like, wow, like look how quiet their feet are. Look, they're not running at all. They pushed and they remember to push in their chair. And really being positive about that. And every day, honestly, for like things like lining up or transitions, I will pick 3 or 4 to model it first, and always a different 3 or 4. So they know what is expected, and just being super, super explicit with like so many little details that you probably won't think of until you're in the moment of like what you want in that routine. And I've been super like with my script, I'm here trying to be a lot more quick about transitions this year. Before I had like a first grade over the day call us back to the carpet and things like that, but moving from our desks to our carpet and back, I want to be faster. So I think this year I'm going to try and just model, because I have my class in different color teams. I'm going to be like, the cue will be ringing the bell, ringing my little just my little bell here, and then having just the code be transition, green team, and expect them all to stand up, silently move back, and that'll be something that we have to model. I'll have to model probably, I'm guessing, for at least 3 or 4 weeks before we can do it quickly. I do assign seats at the carpet, so like a matter of the first few days assigning the seats at the carpet so they know where they're at, making sure they know what color team they are, things like that, and then practicing, because that is a lot to expect 4 kids all at once to be able to quietly push in their chair, stand up, walk back to their spot, and sit down, and then be quiet while the rest of the class is getting back. So I'm just trying to be really intentional about some of that. And I just I have my first day all laid out pretty much. It's a lot of routines, there's a lot of procedures, there's a tour of the school, it's reading, first day jitters, and talking about how we felt, and it's just kind of like some very basic like math stuff, like counting by ones and maybe counting by fives and end of the day stuff. And then so right now I'm working on day 2, and I'll show you, this is like how I plan out the first few days, probably the first 2 weeks, but usually I use a planner. I've been using the Erin Condren planner for a few years, but this year this was like a $10 one at Michael's that was on sale this summer, and it's really similar, just instead now my days go this way, they used to go this way. I'm not 100% sold on it because it's honestly really hard for me to switch to thinking like this way. But I'll also write out my first few days in this just to have a reference in case I need it. That's what I've been working on. I also did nothing really. I use that Blooms app to talk to parents, and it's like they're doing some sort of maintenance, so I'm like locked out. I was going to put all my parents into it and all their emails and send out an update to families about who came to open house, but I'm locked out for today, so I'm going to try again this weekend, so we'll see. Okay, I also wrote up just the 2 choruses to these songs, since our theme is Disney, just to kind of probably use as like a brain break to get up and move our bodies and sing a little bit. The Bare Necessities, I swear I've had that song stuck in my head for years, but Hakuna Matata is an easy one. I'm trying to think if there's another one I want to use, just because, I probably do at least 3 brain breaks in each lesson for the first few weeks, so I'm trying to think of one more song or chorus that I know pretty well but I could write up, just to kind of switch it up. I also do the Boom Chicka Boom song a lot the first few weeks of school. If you don't know that, I'll show you the lyrics, but I'm wondering if those 3 are enough or if I should do another Disney one just because it's fun. But the Boom Chicka Boom song is just really fun, and you can change like the tune, so you can always make it a little bit different. The kids love that one. I do that during our morning meetings a lot. Hi everyone! I am currently driving to school. It is Tuesday. It's the day after Labor Day, it's got to be September 4th already, oh my gosh. And I am heading to school on my last day of summer. It is almost 11 a.m. already. I had a really lazy morning, which was nice. I slept in. I had like a slow, like my normal summer routine of like sitting on the couch drinking my coffee for like an hour and just checking emails and stuff like that. So that was nice to have one last morning like that. I also kind of like made a plan for myself for when I'm going to be planning things this year. So like a few days a week, I really want to wake up really early and do my planning in the morning. And because I live like 45 minutes away from school, so just trying to be really intentional about on what days, like when we have PLC meetings, like I should come in a little later because I know I'll be staying late for meetings, and what days I could go in earlier and then maybe like have time to work out after work or whatever. So I was kind of working on that, and now I'm heading to school. I know there's a few things I definitely need to do. I need to just kind of like review tomorrow's plans and make sure they're all correct. I need to print them out. I need to have like extra material, like my extra materials all ran in case we need, I need to fill some time pretty much, which doesn't normally happen, but just in case. And I need to, what else do I need to do? Oh, I do these 5 things about me bags. I'll show you those when we get there. And I need to plan those out, but I can't believe it's already the last day before school starts. I'm really excited. After open house last week, it kind of got me a little nervous, but this weekend I felt like I had a good weekend, like away from school stuff, which was exactly, I think, what I needed. Helped a friend move on Saturday, kind of had a lazy day Sunday. Monday I went shopping with a friend, got lunch, stuff like that. So it's been good. I'm feeling relaxed. I'm feeling ready for a new school year. I've been setting some intentions for this school year, so I'll show you those too when I get to school. But I just wanted to check in because it's a few days later, and I feel like this has just been a week worth of clips about whatever's been going on at school. So hopefully I can wrap this one up and start like my first weekly classroom vlog, which is exciting. But yeah, I'll check in when I get to school. Okay, I just got to school. I'm already a little nervous because I just talked to one of the kindergarten teachers about a student of mine I have this year who I met last week at open house, and she pretty much spent the whole year in the process of trying to get this girl a special education plan, and it sounds like there's some people who aren't in agreement, but she says there's just something off, and I've never really had to go through that process to like write an IEP or, you know, be on a team to figure out what this student needs. So I'm kind of nervous for that. I feel like I need to like hit the ground running with getting an IEP process going. And we do have a new special education teacher, so it'll be interesting to see how that works now. I've never done that because it's only my 3rd year of teaching this year. But exciting news I wanted to show you. I got a Donors Choose, my first Donors Choose project fully funded, and it's for books, like diverse books with diverse characters. So I thought I'd show you some of them. I'm really excited. There's so many books, and I think I have more coming, so that's cool. So I got all kinds, like I have all kinds, and I'm so excited. They're like new books. Like, I don't know about you, but most of my books come from Goodwill, and they're not hardcover, and they're, you know, not like awesome quality, but I'm so excited. I'm trying to figure out how to like show the kids. This one I'm really excited about. Like all the new books. I feel like maybe that's something I could do if I have a few extra minutes these first few days. And I also have like this whole box. I'm so excited. I just want to look at them all. That's cool. Oh, I'm just so excited. I gotta figure out how, like my library is so full, I gotta figure out how to present them and level them, or maybe not level them, and where kind of how to categorize them. So I'm very excited about all that, but I haven't done anything. I'm gonna hand out morning work. I'm gonna print out my plan for tomorrow. I'm gonna read through my plan for tomorrow, make sure I'm feeling super ready and like how I'm gonna, you know, teach procedures and things. That usually comes naturally as they come up, but just, you know, want to feel more prepared. And then I'm going to keep working on plans for day 3. So that's Friday. That's an early release day. Every Friday we have early release. So trying to figure out like an art project or something fun we can do. But yeah, gotta get back to it. Okay, it is like 4:30. I'm just about to leave. I think I'm mostly ready. I wanted to just show you like a little bit about kind of what I did today, and I also have a few more hours in the morning on the first day to get everything out, but just wanted to show you. I put up the schedule over here, kind of. I didn't have cards that kind of matched everything for the first day, but just to kind of have it out. I have a coloring page out on their desks. That's all we're going to do for morning work, as I'm getting everyone's supplies out and ready too. And what I have, first, my team and then second grades, little gifts. Like we always do, like back to school gifts out. I just got these really cute little Disney hand cream and lotions for everyone, and a little notepad and pen. But carpet that we'll be doing in the morning, there's like, we're just going to introduce ourselves. We're going to pass around that ball down there, say my name is, and that's it, just using the sentence frame there. We're going to do this active listening chart, and I have the people outlined, but I made that last week just to show like what active listening is at the carpet and at the desk. I just drew the people ahead of time, and then I'll fill in the words with different colors with students. And then I also did this because this Friday, the 3rd day of school, we're going to spend most of the morning talking about growth mindset. And I saw this on Pinterest with Calvin and Hobbes, so I thought this was really cute since we're going with a Disney theme to do. But I have the first 3 days planned. I'm ready, I think. I'll be in the morning for a couple hours before school starts just to like read through my first day plans. I always get nervous. I don't know why, but that's just like how it is. The back to school nerves are coming a little bit, but I'm going out to dinner tonight with my fiance and very excited to spend the rest of the evening just relaxing and trying to get in the right mindset for the school year. So I will send this video off here. I'll hopefully have a vlog also up next weekend for the first week of school, so wish me luck. Okay, bye everybody.